What if I told you that the reason you've been feeling lost, restless, and unfulfilled has nothing to do with your circumstances and everything to do with a mission buried deep inside your psyche? Stay with me, because what Carl Jung uncovered about purpose will fundamentally change how you understand your place in this world. Carl Jung said that the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. And for empaths, this statement carries a weight that most people will never fully comprehend. You see, society tells you that your purpose is something you find out there. A career, a title, a relationship. But Jung's research revealed something far more profound and honestly life-altering. Here's what most people will never understand about the empath's true calling. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll see your entire life through a completely different lens. According to Carl Jung, every human being is born with what he called a teleological drive, an inner force pulling them toward wholeness. But here's where it gets fascinating. For most people, this drive stays dormant. They go through life following scripts written by others, never questioning, never awakening. But empaths, they feel this drive constantly. That restlessness you've been carrying your entire life, that sense that you're meant for something you can't quite name, Jung had a very specific explanation for it, and it changes everything. Carl Jung discovered that certain individuals possess what he termed heightened psychic permeability. They don't just interact with the world, they absorb it. They walk into a room and feel the unspoken tension. They look into someone's eyes and sense the grief behind the smile. This isn't imagination. It's what Jung called direct unconscious perception. And it's not a flaw, it's the foundation of a very specific mission. But here's where most empaths go tragically wrong. And this mistake costs them years, sometimes decades of their lives. They assume their sensitivity is meant to serve others at any cost. They pour themselves into broken people, toxic systems, thankless roles. They confuse their gift with an obligation to suffer. But Jung understood something radically different about what this sensitivity is actually designed for. Listen carefully, because this is where the entire picture shifts. According to Carl Jung's concept of the collective unconscious, there exists a shared psychic layer that connects all human beings. Most people have no conscious access to it. They move through life disconnected from this deeper current. But empaths, Jung observed, are naturally attuned to this collective layer. They feel what others suppress. They carry emotions that don't even belong to them. And this, Jung realized, is not a burden, it's a calling. The empath's true mission isn't to absorb the world's pain, it's to transform it. Jung called this process transmutation of psychic energy, the ability to take raw emotional material and convert it into something higher, into art, into healing, into truth that others are too afraid to speak. Every great healer, every visionary artist, every voice that changed the course of human thought carried this same capacity. They didn't just feel the world, they alchemized it. But here's what will absolutely stun you about the next part of Jung's discovery. Carl Jung identified what he called the wounded healer archetype. And this is where the empath's mission becomes undeniable. Jung found that those who have descended into their own suffering and emerged with understanding possess a power that no training, no degree, no external qualification can replicate. They heal not from theory, but from lived transformation. The wound becomes the gift, the pain becomes the credential. But most empaths never reach this stage, and Jung explained exactly why. According to Jung, there's a critical phase he called the night sea journey. It's the period where everything falls apart, where the empath loses relationships, identities, beliefs they once held sacred. Most people interpret this phase as failure. They think something has gone wrong. But Jung understood that this dissolution is not destruction, it's preparation. The old self must be dismantled before the true self can emerge. And the empath who resists this process stays trapped in a cycle of giving without purpose, feeling without direction, caring without impact. Here's where Jung's insight becomes absolutely revolutionary. He discovered that the empath who surrenders to this transformation doesn't just find their purpose. They become it. They stop searching for a mission because they realize they are the mission. Their presence becomes the catalyst. Their awareness becomes the medicine. They don't need a platform or a title or permission. They simply need to exist in their full authenticity, and the world around them begins to shift. Jung called this the constellation of the self with a capital S. Not the ego self that chases validation and approval, but the deeper self that exists beyond fear, beyond conditioning, beyond the stories others have written for you. When an empath reaches this constellation, something extraordinary happens. They stop attracting people who drain them. They stop tolerating environments that diminish them. They begin to magnetize the exact circumstances, relationships, and opportunities that align with their authentic nature. And this is the part that will redefine everything you thought you knew about your life's direction. According to Carl Jung, synchronicity, those meaningful coincidences that defy logical explanation, intensifies dramatically when someone aligns with their true purpose. The empath who has integrated their shadow and embraced their mission begins to experience life as if the universe itself is responding to their transformation. Doors open that were previously invisible. People appear who carry the exact message they needed to hear. Paths reveal themselves that no amount of strategic planning could have manufactured. This isn't magical thinking. Jung spent decades documenting this phenomenon. He called it the cooperation between the conscious mind and the deeper layers of psychic reality. But here's the final piece, and it's what makes the empath's mission truly sacred. Carl Jung understood that the world doesn't change through force. It changes through consciousness. Every empath who completes their individuation process, who transforms their wounds into wisdom and their sensitivity into discernment, adds something irreplaceable to the collective human experience. They become what Jung called carriers of consciousness, individuals who hold a quality of awareness that quietly elevates every space they enter, every conversation they engage in, every life they touch. Your mission was never to save everyone. It was never to sacrifice yourself on the altar of other people's dysfunction. Your mission, according to everything Jung devoted his life to understanding, is to become so fully and unapologetically yourself that your very existence becomes an act of transformation. The empath who discovers this truth stops living from obligation and starts living from alignment. They stop asking what the world needs from them and start asking what is trying to emerge through them. And when that question is answered honestly, deeply, courageously, what follows is not just a life of purpose, it's what Jung called a life of meaning. And meaning, he discovered, is the one thing the human soul cannot survive without. This is the mission every empath must discover, not out there in the noise and the chaos and the demands of others, but in here, in the vast and luminous territory of their own becoming.